Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Joining us today for today's webinar, Search Ads Get Personal with Ad Extensions. We're going to get started in just a few moments, but before we begin, just wanted to quickly go over some housekeeping items with you. You're going to receive an email shortly after today's webinar, and it's going to contain a link to a recording of the event as well as a copy of this presentation. And so you can review it at your own convenience. We encourage you throughout this webinar to ask questions. Please type them in the Q&A box to the right of your screen, and we'll do our best to answer everyone's questions. And also, finally, when you leave the virtual webinar room today, your browser will be directed to a brief survey about this event. So please just take a few moments to fill out and submit this survey. It's how we know we're doing right and what we're doing wrong and how we can improve these events for you going forward. So as today's topic is ad extensions, today we're extremely excited to also extend an offer of a chance for you to win a Starbucks gift card in the amount of $10 if you fill out the survey. So 3 lucky people will receive 3 $10 Starbucks gift cards so you can get your coffee break on. And so we would really appreciate if you'd fill out that survey at the end of this. So let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Matthew Scarborough. I am a search creative lead. I've been with the company for 10 years. And today, presenting with me today, we have the amazing Courtney.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Lajeunesse. I am an account lead here at Yahoo. I've been with Yahoo for about 3.5 years. And we are very excited today to bring you a webinar on ad extensions.
Thanks, Courtney. So yes, so we're super excited to discuss all things personalized ad format today, otherwise commonly known as ad extensions. So not only are we going to see how many times both me and Courtney can actually say the word extension throughout the presentation today, we hope to create some clarity around these 3 powerful products that roll up into the ad extensions umbrella within Bing Ads, with these 3 core features being location extensions, call extensions, and site link extensions. So these features make it easy for searchers to call, locate, and learn more about you, and can also help drive CTR and positive performance across your portfolio within the Yahoo Bing network. So here's the agenda for today. First, Courtney's going to cover off on an overview of these products, and then I'm going to dive in on how to set up these features within the UI and also via desktop tool. And then I'm going to pass it back to Courtney to cover off on reporting and actionable insights and dive into a few best practices and also highlight a few success stories for several advertisers that use these features. And then we're going to end with giving you a quick snapshot of what's coming in the near future as far as enhancements across ad extensions. So with that, I'm going to pass things over to Courtney.
All right. Thanks, Matt. All right. Personalized ad format. So just to highlight something that Matt was just saying, I know that we kind of use slightly different nomenclature in the UI, and we're not always perfect at being consistent across our tools. But for everyone's just knowledge and way we want you to think about it, is an ad extension is one of 3 things, like Matt said. It's a site link, it's a call extension, or it's a local business ad extension. So when we say the word ad extension, think of those. We will interchange and call them by their 3 individual names as well. All right, local extensions on desktop and tablets. So on this slide, we have 2 screenshots highlighting Lamps Plus and showing them on both the Bing and Yahoo search with a great application of all 3 of these. We can see that they are opted into local ad extensions where we can see their address. They've also chosen to include a phone number there. Just to note, you can choose to not have an address there and highlight a more generic 1-800 number or something of that nature if you don't have a brick and mortar location to drive advertisers to. LAMPS Plus here in both screenshots also utilizes site extensions, which are the 6 links below the ad that allow them to highlight some of their products, show the, the different kinds of product that they offer, and allows you to have those additional areas where you can drive traffic to unique pages within your site. And then one note on the business information. When you add that extension, it does allow you to go up to a 50-mile radius. All right. Local extensions on smartphones. So for smartphones, here we have an example with both Bing and Yahoo, and just to be clear, this will show on both now. Previously, when this had launched a while back, it was just on Bing. This is available on both platforms now. In addition to your desktop and tablets, your business address and phone number appear on the smartphone. This also provides us with click-to-call functionality. It allows us to better capture searchers who are ready to take action on our ad. So it gives them the ability to locate you or to drive a call into your call center. And as we're going through, we're going to pause a little bit just to give folks in the audience the opportunity to ask questions if they have any. So having just highlighted local ad extensions or location extensions, just wanted to give folks the chance to potentially ask some questions. All right, we have a question from Brent N. Are all of these features already available through the Bing Ads API? Yes, they are. You can go in and add these features through the API.
Correct.
All right. All right, moving on. Call extensions on smartphones. So again, as we were just mentioning, you don't, just like how you have the option on desktops and tablets to not include the phone number, these are examples of call extension only ads where it's just clickable to the phone number for the advertiser. So here you have the ability to add a clickable phone number to your mobile search ad. Phone number can be general or location-based, as I was stating earlier. Feel free to include an 800 number here if you don't have individual brick-and-mortar locations, or if you just prefer to send folks into a call center rather than a local location. Location and call extensions performance. Just to give folks on the phone an idea of how this can enhance your ad performance and why this is so important and valuable to our advertisers, we see so much more integration with ads when we have these features enabled for our clients. Just to give a little bit of an example, and this is high level, but 30 to 35% higher click-through rates. So keep those numbers in mind when you're not only working with your reps here at Yahoo, but when you're talking to your advertiser and working to sell this through. It's really very, very powerful. You are conquering a higher portion of the SERP there. It displaces a decent amount of space on the SERP, and it gives you so many more options for the user to interact. They have the ability to not only click on the title link, but they can interact by choosing to call, to click through the title, click through your site links, and identify location information as well. So very powerful. We see that when the site links are utilized, the interaction is so much greater than when we have just a standard text ad. Site link extensions on desktop and tablet. So this here is just the application of your 6 links below, and you don't have to have 6 in the system. You can actually add anywhere from 1 to 10. We would recommend adding more so that the system has a chance to truly optimize and choose what's most relevant. One thing to keep in mind when you're applying site links in our system is that the order in which you place them should be approximately the order in which you place importance on those site links. So in this example, we have engagement ring, sales outlet, enter epic proposal contest, clearance deals. We see that the proposal contest and the clearance deals are a little bit lower in the line of view of the user. So those are probably slightly lower priority with sales when they were creating this ad. Just keep that in mind as you're placing them. The system will optimize to some extent based on relevance, but it is best to keep them in order of importance for your advertiser. Any questions from the audience?
Yeah, so it looks like we have a number of questions in the chat box, so we'll do our best to address some of these right now. So from Rick Ransom, we see is there scheduling with call extensions to account for call center hours as a reason why? So within the actual feature itself, there's not scheduling. However, if you are leveraging call extensions within a specific campaign or ad group, you can actually target time of day to coincide with those call center hours. So there are blocks of hours throughout the day that you can target at the campaign level to set that up.
Yeah, that may be a great opportunity to add device targeting in a separate campaign like Matt said. And then we also have a question from Anthony. For click-to-call extensions, is it possible to do a mass upload yet? So that is a great question. For click-to-call, first of all, I want to call out, it is an open pilot, so if you're interested in it, please reach out to your Yahoo rep, and they will help you guys get in the program. At this time, it's not available for mass upload for you guys, but what I would encourage you to do is for click-to-call extensions, send a bulk sheet to your Yahoo rep, and they can work with Microsoft to get them bulk imported for you guys. Turnaround on that can be 1 to 3 days, I would say, approximately. But until we have that feature available for you, we can certainly lighten the load on your end. All right. And then one more question from Heather. Do you suggest having a separate call center number coming from PPC, or how are the call extensions tracked as a conversion lead gen?
So if you have a call center number, we strongly recommend that you leverage the actual call extensions feature to apply that number because that number will serve regardless of the location, and that'll serve to everyone. We want to be real clear on the location extension product. That particular address and phone number will serve if we identify the user being within a 50-mile radius. So if you want to use a separate call center number, we do strongly recommend that you opt into the separate call extensions feature. And then as far as like tracking conversions.
Yeah, as far as tracking conversion there, after a user clicks on the phone number, we actually lose visibility at that point. That is, there's other products that are available that you guys can utilize to track those phone calls. It's not something that you're going to be able to see in our system now. So from our standpoint, we hand it off at the click-to-call portion, and that is where we charge our advertiser for the CPC as well.
So a question from Silver, does this also cover search partners? So currently these features are only available on the Yahoo and Microsoft O&O network, so it's not available for search partners at this time, only O&O.
Okay, we have a question from Silver. Would you make a mobile campaign separately and target only mobile devices? You definitely could. I would say to keep it as clean as possible, that's probably your best bet. Also keep in mind that you can apply the device targeting at the ad group level as well if you wanted to segment that out from your campaign level. And not to take it away from site links extensions, but with the recent enhancement of targeting unionization, that should actually be much easier to implement where you don't have to worry about ad group settings overriding campaign settings and such. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, I think we give our contact information at the end.
Yeah, definitely best practice to even separate out mobile so you can, control spend even further. So, and how many positions in the ad can see the phone number? So I assume you're talking about rank here. So these products will work in the main line. So you need to be in the main line for a user to be able to see actually see the phone number and the extension.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for clarification too, mainline does not mean mainline 1. Sitelink extensions, ad extensions, phone extensions, all of those extensions can be viewed in the mainline in positions 1, 2, 3.
So is the screenshot on slide 10 an example of Raise ad? Great question. This is not a Raise ad. This is actually this is actually site links extensions. And to clarify the difference, Raise is specific to brand keyword marketplaces, and it allows you to flexibly incorporate an image or video, where site links will actually just shows you the deeper links that drive traffic to deeper pages within your website. So site links is available to both brand and non-brand, where rich ads in search is specific to your brand keyword marketplaces.
All right, you guys have a lot of questions. Yeah. This is great. All right, next question. What is the difference between site links and enabled ads? I'm not really exactly sure what that means. I think that maybe what that could mean is how do you enable your ads for site links? Feel free, I think it was coming from Jason, to clarify there in the question queue if you'd like. But essentially your site link extensions, you apply those through your campaign settings. You go to the Ad Extension tab and you can go in and enable through there. You can enable campaigns separately or in bulk, and Matt's actually going to show us how to do that in a later segment. Jason, if I completely butchered your question and misinterpreted it, feel free, like I said, to retype or clarify into the queue. Okay. Okay, thanks, Jason. Does the extension show your own phone number, or will it show a vanity number? So the click-to-call extension is going to show the phone number that you place in there. If you have a vanity number that dials through somehow, not a phone operator, I'm not exactly sure how that would work, but if you had a phone number that was, say, an 800 number that maybe was somewhat generic, or maybe you had like a 1-800 like call us or something, I'm not so sure that can you have, do you know? Yeah. I think, Kristen, that's a great question. I don't believe that you can have anything other than numeric values in the phone extension area, if I'm understanding your question correctly, but we'll parking lot that one and find out for sure. I want to make sure that we give you the proper answer there. I think that that's what you're asking, and I do believe it is only numeric numbers, but you can include a 1-800 number or something a little bit more generic that would go to a general call center rather than the local phone number. All right. Moving on, we are going to go into site link extension performance. So I think we gave you guys a little bit of a highlight here prior with just the overall 30 to 35% higher click-through rates that we see when we're applying these. And we would recommend if it's something that applies to your business model to use your call extensions, your local ad extensions, and your site linking extensions all together in what I would call a super ad. But this shows us a little bit about a vertical breakdown and what you can typically estimate or anticipate as far as click-through lift is determined for different verticals. So for example, auto, we see approximately a 15 to 25% click-through rate. These numbers were gathered in September 2012 for a variety of advertisers across many verticals that were opted in at that time. All right, we're going to go into easy campaign setup now, and I'm going to hand it over to Matt. He's going to go through and just show you guys where you can apply and set up some of the features that we were just covering. So without further ado, Matthew.
Thanks, Courtney. So location extensions creation, really easy to execute via the Bing Ads user interface. First of all, you have to set up your actual business locations at the customer level within your account. So in order to do this, once you log in the UI, you simply click on the Campaigns tab of the UI, and then within that tab, you click on Manage Your Business Locations. And once you click on that, this allows you to follow steps to create or import all of your business locations into your account. So also you can create them one by one, but also via this feature you can import them in bulk up to 1,000 business addresses directly through the user interface. So pretty easy to execute. So after you actually do update or upload all of your business locations into your customer, you actually have to enable location extensions at the campaign level across your structure. And so also via the user interface, you can easily apply this enablement in bulk. All you have to do is select all the campaigns on the Campaigns tab that you wish to have location extensions. Click the words Make Bulk Changes, select Add Extensions, and then just simply click Apply. And now all the campaigns in your account have been enabled. Also, feel free to, if you need to execute an enablement at scale across many campaigns, across multiple accounts, feel free to reach out to your aligned account team to execute that, and we'll be happy to help support that at a much larger scale. So next we have when you're just actually enabling just for one specific campaign, you can also just drive into the actual campaign itself and then click on the settings of that individual campaign, click on Add Extensions, and then you'll see a tray open up that actually allows you to choose display your address and phone number and click Save. So if you just want to enable location extensions just for one specific campaign and not necessarily apply across the board, you can go in one by one to those specific campaigns to enable it by executing this via the user interface. So call extensions creation and enablement. So all you have to do is pretty much a similar process to location extensions. It's in the same area. So within the campaign that you wish to apply this to, you click on the campaign, and then you click on Settings again, and then you click on Add Extensions, and you simply check off Display Your Phone Number. And so only one number at the time can be used per campaign, but this will allow you to enable your phone number to serve this will allow the specific, broader call center number that you want to leverage to serve on the call extension ads. So next on the site link extensions creation via the UI, again, pretty simple to create site links one by one. All you have to do is click on the Add Extensions tab in the UI, and once you log in, you'll be able to see that. And then once you click that, you select the campaign from the drop-down menu, and you click Create New. And then all you have to do is apply your title for your site link and add your URL, etc. So it's pretty easy to create one by one via the UI. However, you can also you can actually control the order via the UI by creating the additional site links and add another. And then the order in which you add the site links on this screen can help determine the priority for serving. So say you've already created various site link extensions and you want to update either the title of the actual link itself, the link text, or if you want to update the destination URL, you simply just click on Edit within the Add Extensions tab, then choose and click a check mark on the specific ad extension that you wish to edit, and then this will allow you to update both, either the name that you want to use for your site link or also update URLs or any tracking, etc. So that is how you do that through the user interface. We also strongly encourage advertisers to import site links from their Google AdWords campaigns. And you can easily do this through the UI as well. You just simply click on Import from Google AdWords, and you can import a bulk Google download of your site links campaign into the UI. So another way to efficiently port over your already existing site link campaigns into your Bing Ads structure. So now moving on to the Bing's ad editor. Another even more efficient way to update site link extensions in bulk. Once you open up the actual tool, you just click on the site link, you click on the Add Extensions tab, and then you click Create a Site Link Extension. And then from the drop-down menu, you just simply choose the campaign that you want to associate your site link extension. So again, if you just want to create a group of site links for one specific campaign, you can easily assign them to a campaign via the Bing Ads Editor and then sync them to your account. Also, within the Bing Ads Editor, you can import site link changes or extensions in bulk. You just click on the multiple changes component tab within the Bing Ad Editor, and then this will allow you to copy over your actual site link names, URLs, and order in bulk, and import them into the editor, and then you can also sync with the account. Also, you can leverage the Bing Ads Editor to import your Google site link structures as well. So you can easily convert those site links over into the Bing Ads format and upload them into your account. So Bing Ads Editor is just another more efficient way to apply changes or upload brand new site links. And you can also, once you have already imported those into your account, you can also use the editor to bulk download your extensions. If you need to make any changes to order or, again, tracking, you can download those and then simply click the copy to Excel functionality within the tool to export to an Excel bulk sheet, make all your edits in that sheet, then re-import back into the tool and sync with your account. So if you need to make bulk changes of scale across many campaigns, definitely the Bing Ads Editor is the way to go. So let's pause a second and let's take some questions.
One that I saw a little while back that was asking about the phone number showing up in the mainline versus side rail. We have covered that. I just want to reiterate, guys, that extensions, any kind of extensions, are going to show up in the main line. So you won't see that on the right rail. And then there were a few questions about Bing Ads Editor and the functionality there. I think that Matt just covered it, so we're going to leave those. But if you guys have any other questions there, feel free to type them into the module. Go down.
So can we do call only or only click to call? So you can actually, you do have the option within call extensions, the call extensions features, to execute call only ads. So you would just choose that under the settings within call extensions.
Yeah.
And so that way when you click on the ad on your mobile device, it will actually generate the call.
Yeah, and someone had asked when this will be available for Mac. I think that one we're going to have to parking lot as well. I wrote down your name, Silver, your full name, so we will make sure that we get an answer on that one back to you. All right. Who can't I see the Ad Extensions tab in Bing Ads Editor? The last tab on mine is Keywords. So, Steve, it's possible you might not have the most recent version of Editor downloaded. I would try downloading again just to make sure that you have the most recent version. I know there was an update maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we just actually had a more recent update, so I do recommend re-downloading and updating your tool to the most recent one. Absolutely.
We're just reading through a few of these. You guys are very engaged. This is great.
Yeah, we like the questions.
With Google moving towards their enhanced campaign functionality, is there any plan in the near future to integrate location, device, match type, etc. into one campaign in a similar way, eliminating the need for separation? You guys asked the elephant in the room question. So to be as transparent as possible, and having been in some meetings with some engineers the other day, we're watching to see how this is all going to shake out with Google. At this time, we have absolutely no plans to make any changes that are similar to enhanced campaigns with Google. But that's also, I'm not going to sit here and say we're never going to do it, because who knows? A lot of the things that we have done in the past, Google's definitely the trailblazer with a lot of the technology. But on the same note, there are absolutely no plans to make any such similar change in the near future. So I guess stay tuned there. I know, and Matt know, about the same amount you guys would know there. So I think that conversation goes up a little bit higher than us. But we'll keep you tuned, and I would say that's about all I have to say about that. All right, next up here.
So can you add a location extension without changing targeting, like you want to target a metro? So to be clear, the location extension is actually tied to your business locations that you upload at your customer level, and will only serve if we identify that person being within a 50-mile radius. However, targeting is separate and can be applied at either the campaign or ad group level, and you can totally layer on targeting separately, targeting a metro area specifically. So yes, you can use both of those two together in tandem.
All right. You guys are getting ahead of us a little bit now. KL said, can you now pull individual site link reporting? The answer at the moment is no, but it is coming, and we will cover that in the next two sections. So stay tuned. Are the CPCs the same for ad extensions, meaning do they count the same as someone clicking on your ad? Yes, they are priced the same. Is there going to be the ability for the ad extensions to be managed through third-party tools like Dart Search? That is a great question. I think that some of the management of those has been, sometimes we make changes and sometimes the third-party tools aren't fully and totally caught up there. But I know that the plan is to have that be able to function without interruption to the advertiser across platforms. Okay. Can you add me to the list of people you will let know when a version?
We
yes,
hear you, Matt.
We can. And actually, what I think might be most prudent for us to do here is to, any parking lot questions that Matt and I called out that we might not know, like the vanity URL one, the vanity phone number one, or the MAC questions, we'll get a hold of the full email list of attendees and we'll send those answers out to everyone. All right.
And before we move on, our location extension 2013 enhancements now available where you can display up to 3 location extensions. And you also are getting a little bit ahead of us. That is actually part of the future enhancement section. So currently that is not available, but it is coming. And Q2 is the timeline for that. So
yeah, great question.
Great question.
All right. There's one question about campaign structure. We're going to try and keep the call to site link extensions. But what I would just say anecdotally to that one person is we would recommend bidding on all different match types, exact, phrase, and broad, and keeping that segmented out, even by ad group if you wanted, and just apply the applicable negative keywords by match type to help channel that traffic. If you would like further detail there, please do reach out to your Yahoo rep. They'll be able to assist you with any campaign structure stuff. All right, actionable insights. So we're going to go through a couple of reporting items. These are reports that exist now And to just kind of keep with the track of the presentation, just know that we're going to be covering future enhancements of these reports shortly thereafter. So if you have any questions about what's coming next or what can these reports do, we're probably going to cover it in about 5 to 10 minutes. Call extension reporting. So this is a feature right now that is available to folks who are opted into call extensions. And like we said earlier, if you are not, it is an open beta right now. Reach out to your campaign manager or your account manager, and they will be able to help you get set up there. So you're only going to see this report if you're opted in to call extensions. What this does is it allows you to see what type of click your ad got, whether it was a local extension click, a site link click, a call extension. And one thing that I do want to call out, because I noticed when I was pulling the report myself, there is a small bug in the report, and I just want you guys to hear it from the horse's mouth. So when you go in and pull it, hopefully this will answer your question. At this time, when you pull the report, you're going to see your call or your click type display as a number, which makes perfect sense. And we also chose the numbers 8, 9, and 10. I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you what 8, 9, and 10 means so that you can decode it on your own. And just know that the fix is coming in the next month or two. I would say at the latest in April 2013 release, but again, just want you to be aware. So the number 8 means a click to call happened. So someone clicked on a phone number to call. The number 9 means that they clicked on the URL or the title of the ad. And the number 10 means that they clicked on a site link. So again, 8 is the phone number, 9 is the title of the ad, and 10 is the site link click. I know that is perfectly intuitive and should make sense to everyone. Just wanted you guys to be aware, knowledge is power, so there you go. We're going to be moving on to site link extensions reporting. So this is reporting that is available to everyone in the UI. It gives you insight into your ad extension by keyword or your ad extension by ad. The most important thing for you guys to know about this report is that either one that you choose, it is only going to show you data that corresponds to the actual site links. It will not include total clicks, impressions, anything like that, meaning if you had an ad that displayed with site links, it will show you that impression data, it will show you that click data, but it will not aggregate it with the click data that happened on the title of the ad. The second most important thing to know about this, which I could imagine will answer questions that you may have and also may lead to the question of when is this enhancement coming, is that this report also aggregates this data. Neither one of these reports that exist today will show you individual site link data. It will aggregate the site link data. I know that that does not give you guys the level of information you're seeking. We're fully aware of that, and we're going to be updating that report later this spring so that you guys have that information and are armed with that power. And this is just a breakout of what I was alluding to with the ad extension by ad and keyword reports. Those are two different reports that exist in the UI today. And it just gives a breakout of impressions, clicks that you'll see. So impressions, only impressions when a site link extension was served by ad or keyword. Clicks, total clicks in aggregate. So you have 6 site links and maybe 2 of them were clicked. It's going to squish that together into one line item and say that you had 2 clicks on site links. It will not show you which site links were clicked. Ad extension total clicks, sums billable clicks plus the non-billable clicks. An example of a non-billable click would be I click on one site link and then I click on another site link within the same session. You are only charged for one. And then below, I think we already covered this, but the ad and keyword performance. This is the difference between if you pulled an actual keyword performance report or an ad performance report. It's going to include all impressions and all clicks and all spend and all KPIs associated with that keyword or ad, meaning it is inclusive of text ads and site link ads. All right. Before we go into best practices, I'm just going to take a quick look at the question module here. You guys are active. Oh, I think we already did that one.
Yeah, so our call extensions associated with smartphones only. So at this time, yes, call extensions is specific to a smartphone mobile device at this time, with availability on all devices coming with a future enhancement. But in today's world, smartphone only for call extension.
Yeah, and what is Yahoo and Bing consider smartphones? So your iPhones, BlackBerry, Android. Pretty much if it flips, we're not showing call extensions on it. Do you have to have local extensions on to use call extensions too? That's a great question. You used to, and when we initially launched it, the two were linked, and you couldn't break them apart, and it was problematic for advertisers who maybe were utilizing resellers to sell their product, and they didn't have a brick-and-mortar location, and they wanted to just supply a 1-800 number to go into a call center. At this time, you can have your phone number broken out separately. And I think, is that it? Oh, good, one, two more. Do you have any information on how these extensions improve click-to-lead rates? So we're actually going to cover, after best practices, we're going to cover success stories. It's not hard, we can't show you guys conversion details of other advertisers because just how you wouldn't want to share that in a large forum. They are also not interested in sharing that in a large forum. But we do have some high-level stats that show overall ROI improvement and things like that we'll share in a few moments. And last question before we move on, can Yahoo send us site link reporting by individual link? I don't want to get my fellow Yahoos in trouble here, but there is an internal report that we have access to that will shed some light on individual site links. I will say this, that it does depend on whether that system we receive the reporting from is showing the proper information. We did have a rather large migration take place in the last week, and I know they're working out a few bugs there. So it is possible some of you on the phone may have seen a report like that in the last few weeks or even the last few months, while others of you might be scratching your head and saying, what is she talking about? There is an internal report. Reach out to your Yahoo reps about it, and they should be able to help you and guide you through what is actually available right now. Some of you may have also seen a report come through or have heard of it from your Yahoo reps that is a custom pull from Microsoft where they can show you your high level, how your site links ads perform versus your text ads in an account and also at the campaign level. I know that those are, I want to say they're updated right now through January, and they are a little bit of an ad hoc pull, but again, that's another great one for you guys to reach out to your account rep on to see if it's possible to get those at this time. That in mind, we do have some enhancements coming up to site link reporting in the UI that I think is going to help alleviate some of the pain you guys are feeling with not having the information that you're looking for perfectly available. Site link extension best practices. I think that these are no-brainers for you guys, but just super high level, associate your site link extensions with well-performing campaigns. It's going to give you guys the best results. Choose campaigns wisely, since site link extensions cannot be set up at the ad group level. So keep that in mind. Make sure that they're highly relevant to all the components in your campaign. Use dynamic URL parameters for more precise tracking of clicks. That'll help you guys get more of an idea of how your site links are performing. Implement brief and enticing copy for your site links. I think that is ad copywriting 101, and I know you guys are all champs and know that. Carefully order and monitor your site links. As we mentioned earlier, order does determine how site links appear, so make sure that you put your most important ones in the system in the first, second, and third positions. Bid aggressively to help ensure your site link extensions appear. Device targeting, we touched on this one earlier, and this also gives a screenshot of the operating systems that are considered smartphones, Android, BlackBerry, iOS, Windows. So keep that in mind. Others is probably just a couple of other guys in there, but the main ones are Android, BlackBerry, iOS, and Windows. And this is just a screenshot of how you guys can help break out that traffic. Earlier we were talking about maybe making a mobile campaign only that had click-to-call ads. This is where you would have that control center available to you. and success stories. So we're just going to highlight a couple for you guys that'll show you some stats on advertisers who saw great success with implementing site-link extensions. So here's a success story for eHealth Insurance. The client said, the higher number of clicks on our site-link extension ads and the overall boost in the traffic to our site since we started using the tool has definitely exceeded our expectations. Coming from the Vice President of Search Marketing at eHealth Insurance. They saw better qualified customers. It's because you're applying more intuitive targeting to them through the available features of site links, increased sales revenue by 4% after implementing site links, and increased click-through rate by 10%. So these are some examples that you guys can share with your advertisers if you're having a difficult time getting them to apply site links. It's a no-brainer for success. And here's an example with Lamps Plus. We were kind of looking at them before as a model of utilizing their local ad extensions, phone extensions, and site link extensions all together. Here's a quote that came from Lamps Plus, Senior Internet Marketing Manager. We're able to use site link extensions on the Yahoo Bing network to capture more long-tail search traffic, which is an important part of our overall search strategy going forward. They saw better differentiation from competitors who were not implementing a similar strategy. They were able to add deeper insight into ad performance, and they were able to see a click-through rate increase of 10%. So again, big performance jump there. And I'm just going to see if there's any more questions before we move on here. Will you be providing this presentation as a PDF? I believe we'll be sending it out.
Yeah, so we're actually recording this, so we'll be sending this as a link in which you can actually view the recording of the webinar. As far as PDF, I don't believe we'll be sending it in that format.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we get it, all of the components to you guys, so that we're allowed to send. Is click to call via Skype one of the upcoming enhancements? So we're going to talk about that in future enhancements. Will you be providing this presentation as PDF? We already answered that.
But there will definitely be a copy of the actual slides. It just may not be in PDF format, just to be clear.
Yeah. Are there plans to implement call extensions on desktop ads too? I think that, are we covering that one in future? I think we're potentially covering that one in the future extensions.
Yeah, so there are plans to implement call extensions on desktop and tablet as well, all devices, correct. And that will be covered off in future enhancements.
All right. Would it be possible to touch on how to use bulk uploader to upload site links? I think for right now, just in the essence of time, we have about 9 minutes left. We're going to go through the rest of the presentation here. I would say with that one, Anthony, if you want a demo, I would reach out to your account team at Yahoo, not to offload it on them, but you can also reach out to Matt or I, and we're happy to help you out there. All right, we're gonna move on with some of these. There's a lot of questions coming through. If there's anything that we haven't answered that's really pressing, we'll make sure to cover it in the follow-up with you guys. So future enhancements, ad extension details report. This one should be really exciting to everyone, especially based on what we were filling you in on before. We have it coming, guys, where you will be able to see individual site link performance. You will be able to track at each individual site link level. It will be available in Bing Ads user interface for the initial release. So it will only be in the UI when it initially comes out. Headline ad data will not be included. So what that means is it's still going to show you only things that happen on the site links. It's just going to, instead of rolling it up like it currently does and aggregating the data in one line item for all site links, clicks, and impressions, you'll be able to see whether the first site link or the sixth site link or the fourth site link, how that performance differed from the other. You also have multiple type of ad extensions, multiple type of ad extensions will not be supported in the same report. So this is going to be for site links only. It's not going to include local ad extensions or call extensions. And we expect to see this coming to us in April. Improved ad extensions campaign management. So when we started the call, we were telling you guys that we're going to kind of start grouping these all together, and we want you to think of ad extensions as 3 different things that are housed under the umbrella of ad extensions. And that's local extensions, call extensions, and site link extensions. We will be integrating these into the location and call extensions to the ad extensions tab. And it will allow you to set local ad extensions at the campaign level, where currently they actually exist at the advertiser level, and then we have to go in and manually choose which campaigns we want to activate for local ad extensions. And before I hand it over to Matt, local extensions with images and or icons. So keep in mind that this will be coming out in the next few months. We're expecting a Q2 release. I would say Q2, Q3, because I know these things can move around a little bit. But essentially, this will give you the opportunity to add an image to your site link or location ad. It'll give you, you can see the example below where we have a local ad extension applied with the phone number and location, and then an image added. And then we also see to the right-hand side with a smaller image, our ad in a map where we have the ability to include our logo or a small image. And I'm going to hand it over to Matt.
Yes, and so this was a question earlier. So location extensions with multiple locations. So sometime in Q2, we're gonna enhance this feature so you can display up to 3 of your closest locations. And again, all locations must be within 50 miles of the user in order to be displayed, but it gives you more real estate on the page, also more options for users to see the locations. Also, we're going to be coming in the near future, location extensions with click to directions. So you can just click on the word directions, and it'll take you to either a Yahoo or a Bing map. So expect that sometime also in Q2 of this year. And also, for call extensions and click to call, these are the several enhancements that will be coming in the second quarter of 2013. So as we mentioned earlier, call extensions on all devices. So currently in today's world only smartphone, but it will be available on desktop and tablet sometime in Q2. There will also be integration with Skype's click to call browser app. So, and that's coming also in Q2. And then as far as click-to-call tracking, we'll be enhancing reporting and tracking for click-to-call so you can have better insights into that feature. And that expected release is also Q2 of 2013. And finally, site link extensions to display on smartphones. In addition to the other devices, we expect to see that also second quarter of this year. So back to the questions. We have a few minutes left. We'll try to wrap up these questions, and then we can move on. Let's see what we have in the chat box.
When are product ad extensions coming? So those are in beta right now. It is possible on the Bing SERP you might see them intermittently, but those are expected to come out probably in Q2. Let's see. Okay. I think that is actually it for the questions. Thank you guys so much for joining the webinar today. We'd like to remind you guys that as you're leaving the virtual room today, your browser will be directed to a brief survey about our event. Please take a few minutes to fill out and submit this survey. It's just really good feedback for us. It lets Matt and I know what we need to improve on and what we did right that was helpful today. So we'd really appreciate that. It also gives you the opportunity to potentially win a big $10 Starbucks gift card. So hopefully that's a carrot to get you guys to fill that out. For more of our upcoming webinars and to view our archived webinars, please visit advertising.yahoo.com/webinars. And as a reminder, you'll receive an email shortly after today's call that will contain a link to a recording of the event, so that answers that question. You guys will be getting a recording. And it will also provide you guys with a copy of the presentation slides that you can review at your convenience. Thank you all so much for your time today. We truly appreciate the time that you guys dedicated to us. And we also want to keep you updated on our upcoming webinars. We have one that will be related to the travel vertical coming up on March 26th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you all so much.